Patrick O'Neill back here with you at the intermission. It's time now for 10 questions with Cape Breton Eagles assistant coach and former Eagles player, Chris Culligan. Chris, we'll start off going back to your playing days. Favorite post-game meal as a player?
Post-game? Oh my God, back then it was probably something terrible. Probably fast food or something like that.
And is it different now as a coach?
Depends on the outcome.
It's December. I think you're a big Christmas guy. Chris Culligan, December 24th, gets the call to be Santa Claus. You're going around the world. You get to a house that has no chimney. How do you get in? How are you getting those gifts in?
Santa's got some magic up his sleeve, I think. So I think I'd have a couple tricks to pull. I think that's part of not knowing.
That's a good point. The magic of Christmas. We don't know these things. Favorite color?
Blue. It's always been blue.
You're looking forward to the Battle of Nova Scotia, Hurley Cup, wear the blue jerseys?
Yeah, that's something that I didn't get to experience actually when I played. We didn't have that, so it'll be cool to be a part of that.
Yeah, that's true. I guess you just missed out. Would you rather be a guest on Jeopardy or Wheel of Fortune? Or a contestant, I should say.
Yeah, it'd have to be Wheel of Fortune, just to stand a chance.
What are your 5 letters going into the final round?
I don't watch it. What do they give you?
I think it's RSTLN. I haven't watched it in a while either. Does that sound right?
That's what they give you, right?
Yeah, I think so. They used to have to pick them, and everybody picked them, so those were the defaults after a while. I'm going to ask you a question I asked Matt Anthony. A bit of a quirk in this Eagles coaching staff is both assistants have the same favorite baseball team. So who's your favorite Atlanta Brave of all time?
I think it'd have to be the pitchers. They kind of got quite a bit of the glory back in the day, so I would say Greg Maddux. My old man loved him, so I kind of just fed off of that, I think.
Did Andy pass the Braves fanship on to you like he did the Colts fanship?
He did. I think that's probably how it works in a lot of households, but not the hockey one. He's a Leafs fan, and I was when I was a kid. I used to have a Doug Gilmour jersey, but I don't really have a team anymore, just kind of like watching certain players.
Fair enough. Favorite flavor of ice cream?
I've been trying to eat a lot less animal products. There's one, I think it might still be Ben & Jerry's, but it's like a chocolate brownie fudge or something like that. It's non-dairy, so that one's pretty good, actually.
For those of us like myself who would not be healthy enough to navigate such options, what's the difference in taste or texture, or have they nailed it where there's not a big difference?
I don't notice. I might have some pretty dull taste buds, though, so that might be a blessing in disguise.
Yeah, there's definitely benefits to that. Your time playing hockey, you played in a lot of different places. Your favorite rink to play in?
It's more so tied into moments, I think. I think back to playing in Val-d'Or, and as disrespectful as we would see it, I remember standing on the blue line in the playoffs there and not being able to hear the anthem just because the crowd was so loud. And we had a similar rink in Cardiff, actually, that we played in the first couple of years, just an old rink. And the top of it was actually like a dome, air-filled top. Really small, kept the noise in, so those were 2 pretty cool environments to play in.
I've never heard of this until the other day, so I'm going to ask you to see your response. If you have an advent calendar, since it's the holidays, do you start with square 1 to count up or square 24 to count down?
You know what? You want to talk about showing my age? I actually have a T advent calendar and started with 1.
Okay, I never heard of starting at 24 until the other day, and I saw that. It blew my mind, so I had to ask about it. A lot of options here. Best line mate you ever had playing with the Eagles?
That's a tough question. I can name off a few. I think if you look at my stats through the years, the one year I had 30, played with Shep, 30 goals, and I think probably close to half of those were just backdoor tap-ins on a 2-on-1. It would seem like we got a ton of those. Statistically, you're probably looking at Shep.
Before this interview, last thing you looked up on Google?
I think it would have been to track a package holiday, so I think I just looked something up there to see where the package was at.
Something you're buying for somebody else?
Yeah.
Well, let's hope it gets here in time. That's all for part 1 of 10 questions with Cape Breton Eagles assistant coach Chris Culligan. You're listening to Carstar, Cape Breton Eagles Hockey, 1270 CJCB.